with the mid dot, one phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause her like she can count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counted, that's a big number.
It is a city that traditionally gets much less snow than its Buckeye State rival up in Cleveland, but we are under a thick blanket of the white stuff here at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10. Go! At their own 28-yard line.
Set up. 90 Wolf.
Raise the mic.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Snap. Watch the slant.
Quick throw, complete out wide here to Green. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
22 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Looking to throw. Herbert, he'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Down. 30 base.
53, Mike. Check pass.
Hey, Foxtrot.
53's the Mike. 53, check.
Ready?
2nd and 14.
We ain't beginning to tear you up.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Boys, 52.
Here we go.
Off play action. Herbert looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
1st down, Dolphins.
Let's go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Come on, set. March to Pittsburgh.
Check. Watch 54.
Let's go, baby. They turn it on.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sam Hubbard, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Carl Lawson, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Matt Hawk now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. It's fielded at the 45. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
Where's the mic? Target.
Set, go.
They're coming.
Green brings it in. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack?
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down.
Check, 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 check. Let's go.
From the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On second down, here's Fournette. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
This one complete to Curtis Samuel, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A gain of 14. And the Dolphin first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Watch 54. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They'll set up the throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Ready, go!
Y'all playing the wrong football.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Hey, come on.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go. Put it ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's out to his running back, Fournette. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now Leonard Fournette, and he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Leonard Fournette with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to...
This is caught inside the 15. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Come on, D. Big edge, big edge. 80 weapon. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. $56 a mic.
Echo. Not today, you aren't. Not today.
2nd and 3. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
The quick slant caught. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Their own 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And down inside the 15 he goes. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Set, ready. 91.
Mike's 5-4.
Coming for you.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Sam Hubbard make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Dolphins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Sam Hubbard in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Sanders' kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 30-yard line.
Ready up.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me,
that's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
And this one's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we...
And this is caught at the 20. A big play there for the Dolphins. 54 yards. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
Yeah, they string that play out nicely. He stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Coming. 36, 36. General, West.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Parker that time. The Bengals drive about to get going. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Get him, boy.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
To throw on 2nd down, Herbert. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Let's go, baby.
18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 Short in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Here we go, here we go. 44, 44. 44.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Here we go, here we go. Get the flag. Watch. Rotate. Spell. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
On play action, they'll throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit.
A 27-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
44's the mic.
2nd and 15. Taking a shot for Samuel. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at about the 14. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were.
He's got a man, complete. A big play there for the Bengals. And even 40 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Ready? 60 yards.
Check 53's Mike.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Get it.
Mixon with a first down carry. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting this.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Now.
Operating from the gun. Herbert looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On the run, it's Fournette. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. Kendall Fuller in on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because, really, they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Levi Wallace brought him down. A gain of 5.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got?
2nd and 5.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
Escaping the pressure right. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Jet, bomber. 22, 44, Jet, bomber. Check. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 4. Exit.
He'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now Ballage. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kalen Ballage. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Big River.
On 1st down, Herbert. He's got Green. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A fumble on the
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
On fourth down, Herbert. And the pressure gets to him again. Brandon Graham. And goodness, that means this next drive is going to begin first and goal already at the 5-yard line. Breaking the huddle, first and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a third and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Now back to throw. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
At their own 25-yard line.
Got it. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis. Interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Hey, wahoo.
Throwing after the interception. Herbert. He drops it off for Bernard. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Herbert. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Touchdown.
Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw. Herbert. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Back to throw. Herbert. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
We got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Ready?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
This is Fournette. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And down to the 19-yard line. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. Fournette, a 1st down, still going. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's at least...
She's on, like, the 5th tune at
yeah,
this point.
she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Down.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Hey, Echo.
4 down. Check. 4 down. 4 down.
Hey.
2 by 52. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert.
Hey, it's just me and you.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
There defensively.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Don't let him breathe, defense.
On 4th down, Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K-Wan short. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
Let's go. 60 out low. 80 weapon. 1, 2, 3.
Tight dog.
Stay.
Balaj. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another.